Well, good morning, YouTube. We're back on the cuda Sunday morning. Got a fair amount done yesterday. We buttoned up the front end. There's a lot going on up here too. I was going to point out the back in a second here. Brake lines, sway bars, bushings, control arms. Just a lot of stuff. We got the exhaust hung. It's not permanent. But I just want to point out there's a lot going on back here too, just for a mid-70s muscle car. You got there's a lot to put together back here. You may just think of an axle and leaf springs, but that was done weeks ago. We got shocks, we got sway bars, we got brake lines, fuel lines, exhaust. I don't even have the fuel tank in yet. I'm glad I left that out. It's left me room so I can get in over top of here and stuff like that. I gotta make sure I got all this stuff buttoned up first. I got no leaks on the brake lines and everything else before I put the fuel tank in, because I get the impression I'm not gonna have a lot of room to work down here once this fuel tank's in. So that's where we're at this morning. Fuel tank's waiting in the wings. Got to get some brakes on this before I worry about it running. It does run. I got to worry about it stopping before I get it moving. All right, guys, follow along. We'll be there, guys and gals. We're ready for some brakes here. I bench bled the Master earlier before I put it on here. Got some fluid in there now. I was a little stressed over the lines. I got a plastic bag down here plus a rag, because when I had to take the plugs out and put this in, I was concerned that they might leak on me. But okay so far. I'm gonna leave it there just in case. I got this little doohickey thingamabobber. It's called a vacuum pump for bleeding brakes. It's got a bunch of little attachments in it. Thought I'd give it a try. I used to use a little oh, I don't even know where it is anymore. There's a little cup like that with a magnet. You attach it to your bleeder, then you pump the pedal. Problem is, you couldn't see what was happening in the back. So what would happen is if it overflowed, or if the hose came off, blew brake fluid all over the place. You know, I'm doing this stuff by myself all the time. Occasionally the wife will come out, or I'll get one of the kids to help me bleed brakes. But this morning I am solo, other than a couple dogs. I'm on my own, which is fine. I work better that way. I'm just gonna see if this works first. I think I actually haven't hooked up my brake pedal yet to the rod, which is gonna be a pain in the ass job with the dash in there. But we'll get her. Now we gotta do clutch linkages and clutch pedal, and anyways, hey guys, moving on. We got the back, fluid at the back. I did this one, which I know was the wrong order. Listen, I'm just gonna go through this because I'm actually very impressed with this little doohickey thingamabobber. What you should do is you pick the longest brake line, which is usually the opposite corner from the Master, from there to there. And if you bleed that first, it sort of saves you time, gets oil everywhere. But I've only got this one over here left to go, and this should have been done first, but I'm not worried. I'm gonna go through it with you. Basically, with this little kit, comes with a little reservoir. You got a tube down inside of there so that you don't get fluid sucked into your pump. Obviously you want to dump that before it gets full. Comes with a billion different little adapters. I needed that little T adapter there, the 90, to go on the back. So you're going to loosen off your bleeder screw. Obviously if it was an older vehicle, you'd want to make sure that there's no crap in your bleeder, so you don't have any restrictions or any problems. I don't need it. Sorry about the shaky cam. I don't need the adapter for this one, so you just crack it a little bit. I'll put it right over top of that like that. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this one-handed, am I? How about if I set you up here and we'll bring you back? Well, guys, you are perched precariously on the front balance. Can't guarantee you'll still be there when the job is done, but I think you're going to get a good view of this. But basically that attaches like that. Yep, you can see that. And you start sucking. Now I'll show you this. On the gauge, you get vacuum and it leaks down because you're sucking air at this point. But if you watch that line, look at that, it's already sucking a little bit of fluid. So I know there's fluid over here. The gravity brought it over. And we're filling up the caliper right now. A couple little pumps was what I'm doing here. I'm just pumping it. You don't want to get carried away. We've got fluid coming out of there though. Caliper's filling up. Now you can go for the steady stream thing, but basically what I've done here is all four corners have got fluid to it. Because this was a dry system, it would have taken me a month to get all this bled out by pumping the pedal. We got lots of fluid. It's coming. It has to go through the orifice in the master, so you really can't force it to come out any faster. You just want to keep a little bit of a vacuum on there so it comes. Working pretty good. So you guys got a pretty good view of what I'm doing here. There we go. Almost got my thingy full. Lots of bubbles. Still found the best way to get the bubbles out is by having someone pump the pedal for you. Okay, and how exciting as it is, I'm probably going to have to let you go here now. Because now I'm going to have to pressurize the system and check for leaks. Any volunteers? No seed in it. Alright guys, I'm going to shut you down here because it doesn't get very much more exciting than this. See ya. Well guys and gals, things are just flying off the shelf and into the car here right now. Gas cap filler spout, schnozzle, seal, a little bit of lube. She slid right in there. Gas tank was a lot easier going in than I thought it would be. Oh, it's dusty. Anyways, she's all in there good. New straps. Just got to connect the fuel line from point A to point B and then bring her around to the front, and we can be running on off of the can, off the jerry can. So I got to get some screws here. I got a little baggie here with 4 screws. I'm not sure what they're for. I think they're more for this. Yeah, that's what I think I'll use them for. It's for the boot to the floor. Alright, that's where we're at, guys, trucking along. Fewer and fewer parts left in the pile. Not exactly out in the sunshine, but she moved under her own power. She moves and stops. Project Cuda. It's alive.